Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne and today I'm going to share with you how to make this quick ice cream. This is a family favorite. I've made it with the kids since they were little. We're going to do an Oreo cookies and cream version. Now this recipe is by Borden's and it's been around for decades and decades. And so some of you may be familiar with it. Some of you this is your first introduction to it. I'm going to share with you how simple it is. So I have some heavy cream. You can use either heavy cream or heavy whipping cream. And we have 2 cups of heavy cream, nice ice cold. I also have my mixer, my bowl is ice cold, and also my beaters are also nice and cold. And so you pour everything into a nice cold bowl with your nice cold whipped cream. I'm going to get that together and get that started. Now while that's starting, we're going to do the next part of making our quick ice cream. Now because summertime is here, and if you have kids home, this is a great thing to do with the kids for an activity, for fun, do different mix-ins, some different things that my daughter and I have done. And I'll tell you about some flavors that we've made in the past. But first, in my large bowl, I'm putting 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And this is sweetened condensed milk, not evaporated milk. So you want 1 can, and this is a 14-ounce can of the sweetened condensed milk. Now, if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you in. And if you're a returner, I want to thank you for coming back. On my channel, I love sharing what I cook and bake and create in my kitchen for my family. So if you enjoy old school recipes, some scratch baking to dolling up a box of cake mix, I hope you consider subscribing. So I go ahead and you want to make sure that you get all of your sweetened condensed milk. Now to that, we're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And when it comes to the different varieties and flavors that you can make with this base, instead of using the pure vanilla extract, you can use almond extract. Usually if I use almond extract, I'll use like a half a teaspoon because almond extract has a real robust flavor. And so I'll usually use a half a teaspoon if I'm going to be using an almond extract, if I'm going to be making a particular flavor. I've also used maple extracts as well. It just kind of depends. You can use coconut extract. And so once I put in that 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, because we're making a vanilla base for our cookies and cream, you want to go ahead and mix that thoroughly. Now, so far with our mixer, you see how our heavy whipping cream has really whipped up well. You want to whip this until you have nice stiff peaks have formed in your mixer bowl with your heavy whipping cream. And so I'm going to let this go because we want it to be nice and stiff. And it usually takes anywhere from about maybe, it can go as little as 3 minutes all the way up to about 5 to 7 minutes. But you do want to watch it because you will end up making butter if you let it go too long. Our whipped cream is nice and stiff, and this is my stiff test I always like to do. If I can turn it upside down while it's on my spatula and it doesn't just drop off right away, I know I have the right consistency that I need for my recipe. And so next what we're going to do is we're going to be taking a little bit of the whipped cream. I like to do it in thirds. Instead of just putting all the whipped cream in at a time, it actually is simpler, I found, to do it a little at a time. And so we're going to be using our spatula and we're going to be folding in that whipped cream, and we're going to be doing a third, and then we'll do the second third of it, and then the last and final third of our whipped cream. And so in our bowl, we're going to go ahead, going to start adding it gently to it. Now once you add your whipped cream to the sweetened condensed milk and the vanilla that we mixed in, you want to do this turning motion and using your wrist. So use your spatula, and if you don't have a spatula, you can definitely use a spoon, a large spoon, and you want to still do that same motion of going around the sides and then also in the middle, and then just gently folding that whipped cream into the sweetened condensed milk. And some other flavors that I've made has been butter pecan. That's when I use the maple extract. And then when I make the butter pecan, I toast the pecans first, let them cool, and then I chop them. I usually use whole pecans and then I chop them. I use the maple extract. I usually use a half a teaspoon, but you can definitely go up to a full teaspoon. And how you do that is once you put in the extract, you can just give it a taste to see if you want a little bit more of the extract. And so typically though, it's about anywhere from a half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon depending on your taste. And so I've done the butter pecan. My daughter, her favorite flavor is the mint and chip. So we've gotten the little mini chocolate chips. So we've done the mini chocolate chips. And with the mini chocolate chips, we did a little bit of the green food coloring to get that nice minty color. And then I had a peppermint flavoring. So we put some peppermint flavoring in there. And so we had a mint and chip. So that was really nice. You can take this base that I'm making right now and chop up some nice fresh berries or peaches and add that to it. And so you want to go ahead and blend it, and it's going to be nice and smooth, and that's what you're looking for. If you have just like a little bit of those surface lumps of the heavy cream, want to blend those out as best as you can, but you don't want to over mix your base because you don't want to deflate that nice heavy whipping cream that we have. You want to maintain that volume, so do be gentle. I'm going to mix in my Oreos. These are 14 Oreos that I went on and cut up. And so I went on and just broke them into pieces. And so I'm mixing in the Oreos. And again, I like to use about 14 Oreos. I have found is that sweet spot. And so when you're mixing in your mix-ins, whether it's the Oreos or the pecans or whether you're mixing in fruit, you can also mix in chocolate chip cookies. You want to still do that gentle folding motion when you're doing your mix-ins. So I have here, this is my loaf pan, and this is a 9 by 5 by 3 loaf pan. If you have an 8 by 5 loaf pan, you can use that as well, or any container that you can put in the freezer. Anything that you can put in the freezer that's freezer safe. And so I'm using my metal loaf pan, and your ice cream mix should look like this. It should be nice and pillowy. And so with it being nice and pillowy, your mix-ins should be able to just cascade and be throughout and hold in that pillowiness of the base. So once I have everything, and we're going to make sure that you want to use all of your base, I'm going to gently even out my ice cream into the container that I'm using. And so you want to make sure you get around the sides, also in the corners, just like I'm doing there. Just kind of push it into the corners. And you don't want to press. You want to be mindful not to press on it, but you do want to smooth it out. You can also tap it on your countertop if you feel like you've gotten any air bubbles in there. And if you want to make this for an event or for anything in particular, you can make this a day ahead of time. You can even make it a couple days ahead of time. It could be made in the morning and then enjoyed in the evening for after dinner. The last thing I like to do before freezing it, I top it with some Oreos, and this was just a couple Oreos that I went on and just dazzled across the top. I'm going to use some plastic wrap, and we're going to just gently lay the plastic wrap on top of our ice cream. And then you also want to tuck it down around the edges, around the sides, and make sure that the plastic wrap is touching your ice cream. This is so that we are sealing out any air. So you want to do the best that you can, go around the sides and in the corners. Now, once I've put the plastic wrap on top of my ice cream, I'm going to put this in the freezer and let it freeze for at least 6 hours. I need 6 hours to freeze and to set up. So my ice cream is out of the freezer. It is nice and cold. And then when you take it out, you can go ahead and just gently pull up your plastic wrap that we put on the top. And this is what our ice cream is looking like. Oh my goodness, we have done a great job. I'm going to scoop us up some, and I'm going to give y'all the first bite. Now, something that my mother did growing up in the country, she has 7 brothers and sisters, and so with them, what they would do with the sweetened condensed milk, they would take ice and they would like chop up the ice and get it really small and fine, just chop it up into pieces, and then they would take the sweetened condensed milk and pour some over that in a cup, and they would just like suck on that, and that would be like that refreshing, the sweetness and then the cold of the ice. And she said they did that during the summers in Alabama, and they just loved doing that. And it was 7 of them, and so that was their treat for them during the summertime when they were kids. So our ice cream is scooping up so nicely. I'm giving y'all this first bite. We have all those nice Oreo pieces in there. We're going to put just a little bit more on our spoon. We're going to give ourselves a nice bite. And I just love how this recipe has just gone down through the generations over the years. We'll go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite. It is so smooth. It is so creamy. This is really a nice treat to have during the summertime. You can get just so creative with it. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen. Give this recipe a try. Have some fun with it this summer with you and your kids and your family, your friends. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, don't forget to show it some love and give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.